And welcome back. We are about to venture off into our second segment, very important when it comes to medical. It's actually U.S. Embassy to Belize, medical readiness training exercise beyond the horizon. In with us is none other than Lieutenant Colonel Robbert Ramsey, who is a senior defense official, defense attache of the U.S. military, United States military, liaison office, it says here. Also Major Samantha Madsen, beyond the horizon, and Shadrach Areola, health educator, HECOPAB from the Ministry of Health. Guys, it's so nice to see you. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, you guys have been hard at work, actually, and I want to talk a bit about your experience so far as you prepare to move into a new district. But before we do, we want to set the backdrop and just talk about the MEDRETE exercise and how long it's been going and what you hope to contribute with your visit here.
Okay, I'll start. It's a medical readiness training exercise, but I like to refer to it as a free medical clinic. And that's really what it is. We started off in Ladyville in the month of April. We're moving to San Ignacio on Monday, May 8th, and we'll be there until the 16th. It's a great experience. They saw just over 3,500 patients in Ladyville, and we hope to increase that number in San Ignacio.
Wow. Yeah. Now, this has been an effort that the U.S. military has been undertaking for some time, and it is definitely welcomed. What I think we see as well is the relationship that's built in with the Ministry of Health. And Shadrach, I want you to talk a bit about how you or the other representatives of the Ministry of Health benefit through this relationship.
I think it's a great partnership that we have with the U.S. Army beyond the horizon. And I think one way of benefit from this is the collaboration that we have worked along with the U.S. Army. We from the Ministry of Health provided service by health education.
Okay.
So while the U.S. Army medical team provided the clinics, we were there providing health education for the public while they wait to see the doctor. And we also collaborate with some NGOs that work also in close partnership with the Ministry of Health in providing health education. So we had BCVI, where they were actually placed with the eye specialists from the U.S. Army. We had BFLS, we had Kidney Association, Diabetes. We also had the National Drug Abuse Council that was there with us providing health education in respect to drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and so forth.
Yeah.
And the Ministry of Health, of course, were there to kind of be the umbrella in respect to that educational aspect.
So it was very wide range, which of course is very nice when it comes to dealing with the health aspect of life. But for Major Madsen, what is your experience like? What is this experience like for you in Belize? It seems you're having a lot of fun.
Yes, it's a beautiful country. I love to be here. So my role with Beyond the Horizons, I'm the task force medical planner. So I've been involved in planning and helping putting these MEDRETE exercises together. I think the big picture behind all of this is this partnership between the United States government and Belize and the Ministry of Health to, because we share a lot of similar diseases, right? Like diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure. And so we can bring medical experts not only from the US, but from Belize, and we, create this partnership which, benefits not only Belize, but as you go on to do these in other parts of the Central America and South America, it's good for relationships, stabilizes the area. There's a lot of good things that happen. So it's been an incredible experience, especially down there at that level when you're working with the Belizeans and you're providing those free medical services. We haven't mentioned yet, but we have general family medicine, we have dental.
I was going to ask that because obviously in putting together the exercise, you do your own groundwork to ensure that you're meeting the needs of the people within the specific areas.
Yeah.
So what particular medical services did you find would be most beneficial to Belizeans in the areas that you're going into?
Yeah, and we worked with the Ministry of Health on that actually to give us guidance on what they wanted us to bring in particular areas based on the needs for those areas.
Yeah.
And so, you know, dental and vision turned out to be really big events. And those tend to have the, should we say, longer lines, if you will, when people come to see them. But we have women's health, dental, vision, general family medicine. We have OBGYN and pediatrics. So it's a really wonderful experience. I encourage people to come out. We'll have a lot of partnerships there. We have a lot of host nation medical providers that are going to be working with us this time in San Ignacio. So it's going to be really good.
Now tell us about the experience when people do come. First of all, it's a free clinic, which should be enough of an incentive for people to come out. But it is also a great exercise for the interaction to take place. And I would assume some Belizeans would come and see a military camp set up and say, well, you know, where's the boot camp? Where's the obstacle training course?
So you know, I went to Ladyville a few times, and people are impressed, I think, with what they see, not only with receiving the free medical services, but you know, they get to see the way that we do it. This is a training exercise for U.S. service members as well. So as far as deploying to another country, providing these services, interacting with another country. So really, everybody gets to see that. They get to see that interaction, and I think it's good, and it's beneficial to see two countries working together like this.
Yeah, something else I actually like to point out is, so like the clinicians that are coming from the United States, these are all, you know, licensed, practicing, you know, physicians, doctors, medical nurses, and stuff like that. So they've all been vetted, if you will, by, you know, the Ministry of Health to be allowed to come in here and you know, initiate this partnership.
Is it primarily primary health care, or do you some specialized care as well?
Well, specialized would be considered like dental and vision and OB. So we do have, you know, some of that. But like with the dental, you know, we were doing some root canals and drilling and filling, and it was great.
Yeah, for you to watch. You see a root canal and I cringe. This is such a, you know, and how much of your interactions with people do you work on also building relationships? Because I think you pointed out that it's also a part of the training for the personnel to be able to enter into a new culture, to be able to work under all conditions, including the massive heat we've been having. And also be able to learn through the experience. How much do you feel with your first couple of weeks of practice that you feel that sense of community building?
Yeah, it's definitely that great sense of community building, and it starts really before we get to, like right now we're getting ready to operate in San Ignacio with the free medical clinic, but we've been doing an information operations campaign out there for a month, you know, getting the word out there, meeting with community leaders, NGOs, radio stations, so it is a sense of community, and we really expect a huge event out there. We were flying over there yesterday, and you know, I know the folks in San Ignacio are looking forward to it. We're definitely looking forward to getting out there. And I just want to point out one thing. Even though this event is happening in San Ignacio, it's not just for San Ignacio. The outlying communities, they're welcome to participate as well. So
you can come in from Belmopan, from Santa Elena, closer, and participate.
Right.
Yeah. Now, what should people expect when they go to the camp?
I'll let
so you know, they'll arrive. They'll have sort of an entry point for everybody to come into, and then they'll be identified whether they want to see like dental specifically, or if they want to see another type of physician, you know, vision or pediatrics or whatever. And so based on that, they'll fill out a medical form, and then that will go and they'll get like a general physical. We give everybody that comes through a kind of a general physical, and then we'll send them off to that area. We'll stage them in an area where they'll kind of wait in that area before they go in to see the physician. So it's pretty simple, you know, in that regard. It's just that it worked out better from the last medical readiness training exercise that we did to kind of separate the waiting area for dental and the medical piece.
Yeah.
So while it was successful, because after seeing 3,500 people in Ladeville alone, what part of San Ignacio will you guys be? Because I'm saying this because some folks are looking forward to it, but they would want to know where to go.
Right. So I'd say really the best fights. We're on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook. It's also important because dates do change due to weather. Sometimes we might have doctors that can't make it in the country due to flights. So please follow us on Facebook if you're watching today. Make sure that we are open. And right now we're scheduled from the 8th of May until the 16th of May. Okay. And I don't think that's going to change, but things happen. But I'd say just follow us on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think just to add to what he's saying, the location in San Ignacio will be the Macal River Park. Just for persons who are there.
Very nice park.
Yes.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
Yes.
You get a nice view to work from.
Yes, yes. And then the Facebook page Beyond the Horizon. That people can follow, that keep updated on a daily basis or on time to time basis. So for updates and further information, they can visit, as they mentioned, on the Facebook page Beyond the Horizon.
Beyond the Horizon.
Beyond the Horizon.
Yes. Beyond the Horizon 2017 or BTH 2017, and then the embassy also has their Facebook that has all this stuff on it too.
Now, and the services that will be offered in San Ignacio will be the same. Dental, vision, family health, pediatric.
Yep, exactly. Yep, all the same. And then we are going to be doing another one, which Lieutenant Colonel Ramsey alluded to, in Dangriga later in the month.
So you're doing the full rounds. You've completed your central area or your Belize district. Now you're moving into San Ignacio, and then eventually you head south to Dangriga. What are the dates for that one?
The dates for that one are the 22nd of May through the 1st of June. So, and we've already pushed out down there. We've had our military personnel down in Dangriga working with community leaders, non-governmental organizations, and the hope is also for people further south, as far as Punta Gorda, to come up there just take advantage of the free medical clinic. It's really quite amazing.
Yeah. And other than the wait time, there's no other charge that people have?
No, it's completely free.
They should bring identification, anything?
Well, I know the Ministry of Health encouraged, if they have got it's the medical ID number, right?
The Social Security.
Okay, their Social Security. If they have that would be great. It would be helpful, I think. Because what's important for us is that we have that follow-up care, right? We want that continuity of care. If we identify somebody, maybe we identify somebody that didn't know they had diabetes. We want to ensure that they go get that follow-up care. That's really important.
Absolutely. Fantastic. And just tell us a bit about your own personal experiences. I think, you've been involved in this for a while, and I can only imagine the amount of planning and coordinating it takes to be able to roll out an exercise like this. But that's part of what you guys do in the Army, right?
Absolutely. It's too easy.
This is no-brainer.
Well, I tell you, we started about a year and a half ago working with the Ministries of Defense, Health, and Education to determine, really with the Ministry of Health and Education, what they wanted. So we're not just doing, I know we're pretty much today talking about the health services that are being provided, but also I just like to mention we're also doing construction at sites. We're building a clinic in Ladyville, Doublehead Cabbage, expansion at Western Regional Hospital and incinerator, and also the St. Matthew's Government School. So as you can imagine, that all takes a lot of planning. So we sat down with the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education to see what they wanted. These are the sites that we've determined that would work out best with our capabilities.
Yeah,
Major Madsen.
Well, like Colonel Ramsey said, it's we've been planning this for a year and a half. My focus has been on just the medical piece, and then supporting our soldiers here medically to ensure that they're all safe as well when they're operating out of these engineering sites. So that's been
awesome. And for both of you, not your first time in Belize.
I actually live in Belmopan.
Oh, you kidding?
My second time.
Your
I believe.
second time.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And Shadrach, just go ahead and tell us a bit as well. I think obviously people want to know, and Major Madsen mentioned it, it's so important that if there is necessary follow-up care, if there's a pediatric issue, if there's an issue with any person, the Ministry of Health will help to coordinate for referrals if necessary.
Yes, as I mentioned before, we are providing health education, but besides that, we also have our dentists who have worked along with the dental team from the U.S. Army. So if there is anyone who needs follow-up, the dentist is there and to do the proper referral. But even from the other physician that is there, we have provided referral forms for the team to then refer those patients to our health clinics for follow-up. So if anyone need any further assistance at any time, and these guys have identified those issues, then the referral, and then of course we will then follow up. Ministry of Health will then follow up with those patients.
Have you encountered any critical situations with any of the patients?
We had one lady that came in with a young child that had tonsillitis pretty bad. You know, we encouraged her to, you know, go, you know, go to see a doctor to get that taken care of. But, you know, it's ultimately up to the parent to do what they want to do with their child. But we did have some cases. I'm trying to think out of Ladyville as I was reporting those numbers up. We had probably about 50 people that had follow-up care for various different things.
Okay.
So.
Well, most of the times we don't actually watch what we eat. Do we see a lot of diabetes? Do we?
Yes, a lot of diabetes, a lot of obesity, which, you know, those two kind of go together. But yes, that's, you know, that's definitely been was one of the issues, and it's in the United States too.
Yeah,
we have
diabetes
and obesity. Yes,
it's actually global.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So now residents of San Ignacio and the surrounding areas get to benefit as well. So it starts on May 8th until May 18th.
16.
Yes.
And
Okay.
then you move on down to Dangriga
Dangriga.
from the 22nd to the 1st
Yes,
of
sir.
June.
That's right.
Very good.
All right. So people can definitely take advantage of that. Well, we want to say thank you for stopping in and sharing all the details.
Thank you
Anything
for
else
having
you'd like
us.
to share with us before we wrap up?
Right. No, you know, like I mentioned, I'm actually living in Belmopan. I've been here for 2 years. I depart in July. I tell you, I tried to extend
That'll
for
be
a year.
heartbreaking.
I hear the sadness in your voice.
My wife, my kids, they love it. Absolutely. Great country. I've enjoyed being here, enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm just glad to participate.
All right.
The people are wonderful.
And the food?
The food is delicious.
All right. Well, we thank you for being here, and we hope that people will take advantage. We're pretty sure they will of the clinic that will be in San Ignacio at the Macau River Park, starting May 8th.
To the 16th.
That's right.
All right.
All right. And you're on Facebook at Beyond the Horizon 2017. And the U.S. Embassy also has the information up as well. So you can follow up and find out when they'll be in Dangriga and take advantage of that as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead now and take a break. And when we come back, we'll be talking.
Yep, we'll be talking Sci Infotech Microsoft Office Specialist World Championships 2017. That's when we come back.